When a shooting happens, every detail matters. That's why police officers are learning how to piece together what really happened at the scene. The Ministry of Home Affairs is stepping up with specialized training that teaches officers how to reconstruct shooting incidents, essentially rewinding the crime to understand how it unfolded. It's all about getting the facts straight and strengthening investigations.
Whenever we are assessing a crime scene, and especially in Belize and the Caribbean, it is usually as a result of gun violence. It has been perhaps the largest obstacle issue that we have faced as a nation over the last few years. Occasionally you do have stabbings and that sort of thing, but by far, gun violence has plagued us so much over the last few decades, and it is only getting more, primarily because of the trafficking through our very porous borders. And so this session right now, this training session will go a very long way in training our personnel to determine the angle at which a particular weapon was fired. It certainly, like Mr. Jones has said, will help you in determining whether it was a murder, whether it's a suicide. And so there's so many aspects to this training that I'm sure you have benefited from over the last few days and will be able to now apply it in your profession as the days go by.
Officers first learned the theory in the classroom, then took the knowledge into the field for hands-on practice. Several targets were shot up for participants to assess in their field exercise.
What we're doing is the practical application of what we did for the last 3 days in class, shooting incident reconstruction. So we're taking the skill sets of doing trajectory rods, measuring angles, incident angles. And what I mean by that is, where was the shooter standing, or the approximate area of where they were standing? What kind of damage takes place? How to look at that damage, how to interpret it by using all the evidence that is around you, obvious and not so obvious. Sharing with the investigators how to look for that not so obvious evidence. And so what we do is we are shooting up a vehicle, we are shooting up targets that replicate building materials, windows, doors, exterior panels, and then even interior building materials, so that when the investigators come in and they look at it, they're able to take the skills that they've been taught in the classroom and apply it in the field.
Deputy Commissioner of Police Bart Jones underscored the importance of the training and its value for officers investigating firearm-related crimes. He explained that these skills can help officers to distinguish between homicides and suicides.
All part of the ministry and the department's effort to address gun violence, and this is part of gun control, the proper investigation of shooting incidents, not just the murders, but shooting incidents and a whole, so that we'll be able to address the gun incidents from that perspective. So it's, while we're doing the enforcement, arresting and charging, we also have to look at the shootings, and importantly that we are able to determine and more from this course when a shooting incident in fact might be a homicide, or whether it is a suicide, as sometimes we know that persons may stage suicide to stage murders to look at as suicide.
Police officer Jairo Sosa demonstrated what he learned in class, how measuring the distance between bullet holes can reveal critical details about a shooting.
This week has been a very interesting week. Other than learning the theory and doing the practical part of it, we have increased our knowledge and skills. Example here, we have 3 trajectory rods along with the centering cone, and we have 2 techniques here. We have the laser, which is very good for long distances, but for visibility purpose, sometimes might pose a challenge, unlike this thread, which is clearly visible, right? But the problem with the thread, if you notice, it would tend to sag. So that's each one has its advantage. The laser does not sag, right? But the thread does. So we have different techniques. We can also calculate and measure the width and the height of this bullet hole, and using our everyday calculators, we can get the angle of incidents or impact.
Trainers emphasize the importance of investigators utilizing the lessons learned as tools to determine what happened, how it happened, and to think outside the box. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.